Got some air bubbles, that's okay. And what's left of my attempt. Hello, welcome back to another video on the van. What did we do last video? Oh yes, we fixed the mechanical side of things. So all things engine are done, and between then and now I haven't done anything. I've got a few bits to put back together, but I wanted to start just jumping straight into a new video. I said and I hinted, well, I gave away the fact that I'm doing the 5.1 bits, so bonnet, bumper, lights, and so on. Oh yes, and the grille. But a little cheeky thing I want to do, because the van is this kind of, I call it Old English white, you know, that traditional kind of classic white colour. It's not that, it's a lot whiter than Old English white. Something like candy white, Arctic white, I don't know what white. This van is sort of a bit patchy in areas, and if I bring you close to this wing, you'll see, you know, this is a bit creamy and it's just very dull and flat. So I've decided to have a crack at wrapping it. So I've got this dark grey wrap from MDB or MDP Supplies, who specialise in sign writing, vinyl wrap suppliers for cars and various different applications. Go check them out. I'm not sponsored, pay good money for this. So yeah, I bought a 1.5 metre by 1 metre, which is effectively a big long roll that I can attempt to do something on the van. So I figured, why don't I just try and wrap the wing, which is going to involve taking off the indicator. I have to probably take the mirror off, and then sort out, there's a little dent just down here, which I have to sort out. I think I'm going to go ahead, prep the panel and get this on there, see what it looks like. And if I like the look of it, I will commit. I will go ahead and purchase enough vinyl wrap for the whole van, and then that will obviously go onto the bonnet and the bumper. But I feel like the bonnet would be an easier item if it's on the van, bolted to something. The bumper, I think that's easier to do off the van. We'll just see. So yeah, let's have a bash at it. And here's sort of the imperfections that I think I will get away with just sanding out, and I'll have to take this off because the wrap needs to go under it to give you that kind of clean edge. I'll take these out and clean all that up, because again, it'd be nice for the wrap to kind of go over here. In terms of this edge, it would be nice though if you could tuck it round the edge, but yeah, I mean, I'm giving this a go for the first time, so what's the worst that can happen? So rather annoyingly, when removing the indicator, the lens popped away from the body, so let's get some super glue on that, that'd be good as new. Right, so I've never wrapped a car before. My best mate Lee and I did once put a vinyl Union Jack on the roof of my classic Mini with my first car back when we were 18. Yeah, so that was actually successful. I think if I take my time with this, should be okay. I think my first goal is to cut a piece that's bigger than the panel. So that should more than cover it. When you're doing this sort of thing, you have to allow for wastage. And you need one vital tool, which is this, a heat gun. I suppose it would help if I could peel half the backing paper off. So I think if I wanted to peel backing paper away and get this stuck off of the panel, and I'm hoping I can effectively peel away the paper, well, by peeling the backing paper away enough to give me enough exposed where I can stick that Right. That's not going to work, is it? Not at that angle. We're too high. We need enough excess. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Just there. It doesn't need to be perfect first time, I've been told. It would help if I had a second person pulling it taut like a drumstick. Do you know what? I'll take that. I think we can work with that. Okay, so we've got it on the panel. We've got coverage. So I need to peel it off and pull it taut like that to take out most of the creases. We do have a line along here which I'm going to have to tuck it under. That might stretch when I heat it up. I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. But this is probably a job you leave to the professionals if you're not feeling confident. I think you have to get that middle sorted before you work out any more. You can hear the popping where the air is getting forced out. There's a cheeky bubble there, but I think I can warm that up. So there's an air bubble here, I just need to get that towards the edge. Should So I think the issue again I'm running into like that. Now, but what I think I can do, I've got the indicator hole here. I can probably pierce a hole and lift it away and get that air bubble up there. So this is the sad reality of being an amateur. I sadly messed up this last little bit. I was trying to pull the vinyl away to get this air bubble out and it tore. So yeah, I've learnt my lesson. You can see little imperfections here where there are air bubbles that I've tried to flatten, and yeah, the air needs to go somewhere basically. But as a first attempt, I don't think it's too bad. Well, there we are, back to the original panel and what's left of my attempt. But yeah, I've definitely learnt a lot. Okay, so this is attempt number 2. And what I've done is I've left the backing paper on and I'm just addressing it in 2 sections, because obviously we have this line that runs down the van. So I thought if I can get this section all the way to the edge of the panel completely bubble free, then I'm effectively halfway there. Now what I have to focus on is this little channel is going to create a whole pocket of air, and I need to be working down the panel up to the film. And if I can address that bit there, I'm on the home stretch. Like a drum skin, out and down, and the air will take the path of least resistance. So if you give it an opportunity to escape off of the end, and that's because I didn't pull hard enough on my right hand side. because you sort of have to pull down and out. And the trick is, am I going to be able to get that away enough? Just carefully. A bit harder this time on my right. Get my squidgy, because I know that's going to be a problem area. Remember, I've still got the backing film. I'm only doing 4 inches at a time, and I think that gives you a lot more control because you're not having to peel off the rest of the panel. Makes it a lot easier. Just do again 4 inches. Taut like a drumskin and down. So yeah, I'm just going slowly now. We'll see where we end up. I just have to make sure I'm giving the air a chance to escape. I cannot retrospectively go back and get rid of an air bubble unless I completely miss it, and then I'll have to pinprick it. And I've learnt again from my first attempt that you only really want to be cutting that vinyl when you're happy it's got to the edges and you're not having to peel it off. And I haven't used any heat this time, which has made the vinyl a lot more forgiving if I've needed to peel it off. And what's nice about the transporter is there's a lip you can stick the blade into, and it will just, it gives you enough panel to actually bond the vinyl to. Just a slither, leaving about 5mm all the way around, and then we'll just push the indicator in, warm up the panel, warm up the vinyl, and push the indicator in to effectively hold it in place. And then, okay, lovely stuff. So there we have it. The first panel is wrapped, and with the exception of this little bit of imperfection here, which that was from the original bodywork anyway, I mean it really doesn't show, if I'm honest. It's looking absolutely bang on. So yeah, really pleased with that. Obviously the big challenge is doing the whole freaking van. But I wanted to get one panel done just to see if A, I like the colour, B, I could do it myself, and C, well no, it's just A and B really. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this relatively short video on an amateur vinyl wrapping a van. Well, one panel of many. So yeah. So thank you again so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed seeing me struggle. I had 2 attempts to do this panel, and the second attempt came out. It took that first attempt to really learn how the vinyl reacts to heat and how stretchy it is, how to work with the air bubbles. Yeah, it's been a good experience. I mean, I'm hoping in the next video you'll see me do more of the van. So yeah, matte grey, we're going to go for it. See you later. Thanks again.